Hello everybody, this is Seneca Harris. I'm coming to you with another video commentary brought to you by the Urban Wire Media Network, where we shine the light on issues impacting the urban community. Now today I want to talk about a situation that is going on these YouTube streets, or the blogosphere as some of you would call it, between two well-known bloggers by the name of Tasha K and Perez Hilton. Now there's always some type of beef going on YouTube. I guess the new thing now is bloggers and video makers and commentators going back and forth with little petty beefs every day. But these are two major bloggers in the game. Now, Tasha K, she has risen to the top in the past couple of years. She's had controversial stories out, including Cardi B, R. Kelly, Steve Harvey, and she's had some exclusives pertaining to these celebrities, but a lot of people have also claimed that some of these stories are fictitious or made up. So she has a lot of controversy around her name. Now, Perez Hilton, on the other hand, he's been in the game for over 10 to 15 years. He's also been very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's been very controversial as well. There's been some things that he's covered throughout the years and some incidents that he has been involved in, one of which was, I remember some years back with will.i.am going off and slapping him in the face over a situation or whatever. So he's been kind of, I won't say problematic, but for the lack of a better term, we'll just use that term, problematic, for a long time. Now, these two are the topic of discussion today because Perez Hilton, you know, a lot of people are saying that his content has kind of been lacking in the past couple years. You know, he's not as hot as he used to be. So some people are claiming that he mentioned Tasha K on a recent video, which I'll be playing all these clips here in a minute, saying that she's problematic for bloggers or the YouTube scene because she makes fictitious stories up. So this started, it's like a big snowball effect to what is going on now. So Armon Wiggins, he's another big YouTube, up and coming YouTube commentator. He aired his podcast today, and he was discussing the Perez Hilton and Tasha K drama. So I guess somebody had sent the link to Perez Hilton, and he actually called into the show. So the interview was very, very interesting, to say the least. And I guess he was just saying how Tasha K, he wasn't lying. He said, yeah, I've been using her. I used her name because we all use each other. You know, I use her name just to get some clicks and stuff like that. And I guess, you know, Armon Wiggins did bring up a point, like, are you kind of just hating on her because you see that she's been in the game not even half the time that you've been in, but she has double the subscribers you have? And he was just real. He was just like, well, you know, I'm using her name, you know, for clicks and views, but he was just letting him know that, you know, I've been in the game for a long time and stuff like that. And I kind of feel that it was kind of hypocritical on some end. I can kind of see how he was hating on her a little bit because, like I said, he's been problematic too in the past. But he did have some good points, like some of the stories that she does put out are kind of questionable. You know, some of them are credible, but many people have came out with receipts saying, you know, I don't know. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the clip of him first talking about Tasha K. Then we're going to play a piece of the clip from Armon Wiggins Show when Perez Hilton was on, and then I'm going to play a portion of the clip where Tasha K came on the show, because things got kind of heated between those two. So once we come back, I'm going to give my commentary, because there's some things that Tasha K said that are very problematic, and this is why I always say that we as the gay community, we have to stop allowing people to benefit off of us, but then the moment they fall out with you, then, you know, the gloves come off, and then you really know how they feel about you. So we can go to these clips. It's going to be kind of lengthy, but I just want to put everything in perspective, and then we're going to come back with the rest of the commentary.
Somebody that I have not discussed on my channel before, that is Tasha K from the Unwind channel. She is Unwind. If you don't know Tasha K, she's got a lot of fans. She's got more subscribers than I do. I've been aware of her for a while, but I never really watched her videos until now. And I watched a few of them, and I was shocked, mortified, and afraid for the YouTube community. This woman is a danger to YouTube. And I'm not saying that for shock value. I'm not saying that to be clickbaity. I know what I'm talking about. I've been around long enough. I know how the law works. I know what is ethical. I know what is right. I know what being a good journalist is, okay? I get a lot of information. I don't run it all because I can't verify it all. And if you have watched this woman's videos or you're a subscriber of hers, you'll notice that she's changed the way that she talks about things now. She says a whole hell of a lot of allegedly about the allegation. Let me explain something to Tasha K that I am very well acquainted with. Just because you say allegedly does not mean you won't get sued. Does not mean that that is okay for you to say. Underneath it all, okay, an entertainment reporter needs to believe fully that the information they have is correct and accurate. I get a ton of stuff sent to me via DM like that woman and emailed. I can't run it all. I'm not going to run it all because who is that person? They could be lying. I have no way. I can try to verify it, and I do. And, you know, a lot of times you reach a wall. The management will deny it. The publicist will deny it. I can't get access to a friend or a family member or somebody who will confirm or deny or speak on it at all. And it just, even if people are watching Tasha K for just entertainment value, she should just change what she's doing, you know, what she's done in the past. Not do it that way anymore. Because she's built up a nice following. I don't know if you are a subscriber, let me know in the comments section why you follow Tasha K. I doubt people are following her to see what stories she breaks. I think they watch her because of her. So if she just switched to just commentary, I think she'd be just fine and continue to grow and get attention. But all of these scoops and exclusives, like the one that she just had about Portia Williams and her baby daddy and him being into things that I will not even mention because I don't want to get sued. If you've forgotten, this is also the same woman that has been sued by Cardi B. Cardi B sued her, is in the process of litigation against her. And by the way, I hope she's making a lot of money, Tasha K, because lawsuits are not cheap. And I don't think it's very much like Cardi B to just sue anybody, because she's been around a long time now. I was going to say around the block. I got to stop saying that. She's been to the rodeo many times, Cardi B has. And she knows how to play the game. She knows what it's all about. She sued this one woman because she made up the most salacious, untrue, gross, awful, hurtful rumors about Cardi. And that's what I'm not sure. I don't know if the people watching her, if they're aware enough to know that 90% of what she's saying is lies, or if they're just watching her to be entertained. You know, there's an audience for that, you know, the National Enquirer, Life and Style, In Touch. People read those every week knowing 85% of all of that is not true. And I think that if Tasha K does not change how she operates on YouTube, YouTube should take her down, take off her channel. You know, they do that with people that break the law. To me, she is breaking the law.
Okay, so you guys heard what Perez Hilton had to say. And now let's talk about it. First of all, I have to be honest here. I smell a little hateration there, Perez. I smell a little hateration there. I smell a little bitterness. I smell that you see that she is coming up. She's in the tabloids. She's a little controversial. And I see that she's reaching, she's obviously being talked about in certain conversations in rooms and places that you are. So it sounds as though, you know, there's a little hateration there. Now, listen, everyone knows how I personally feel about Tasha K. But taking the personal out of it, she's doing her thing when it comes to you know, these stories and getting people in their feelings and causing a conversation. She does a phenomenal job at that. And Perez Hilton, he's been in this game for a long time. He's been in this game for a long time, and he's been known to be very controversial. Perez Hilton, you know, he's done some of the similar things as Tasha K. You know, Perez Hilton was known for outing celebrity men. That was one of his biggest claims to fame. You know, Perez Hilton, you know, was part of outing Lance Bass from NSYNC. And he took pride in exploiting celebrities. He was being sued for, you know, different copyright infringement, playing people's music and putting Pharrell's sex tape and other sex tapes on his websites of different celebrities. So he was definitely in the business of controversy and exposing, you know. People also knew him to be a very biased reporter or blogger when it came to, you know, Perez Hilton. You know, he would only report on the good things about Perez Hilton. He would never say bad things. So, you know, Perez Hilton has been around for a while. He has made a phenomenal business for himself. Me personally, if I was him, I would not even have mentioned Tasha K, because whether she has more subscribers than you or followers than you, you definitely have a better or a more credible brand and name, and you're solidified in the entertainment world as a blogger, as an entertainment journalist, blogger, whatever you want, whatever the title is, you're solidified. Perez Hilton is a name in entertainment and pop culture news. It is what it is. There would be no reason why I would be, if I felt some type of way about Tasha K, I wouldn't be using my platform and my white privilege to bring more light to her, because this does nothing but give her a lot more publicity and promotion. Now, not for nothing, I don't feel like Perez Hilton has, you know, broke any stories lately, and perhaps maybe he is trying to get back in the swing of things of this new YouTube era, blogging and things like that, because say what you want about YouTubers, but we are the future. Most of these celebrities now have YouTube channels. Hi, Nene. YouTube shows. Shout out to Nene Leakes. Remember when she called into my show and she didn't know whether to call it a show or a live, but now she has a YouTube show? Hey, girl, I see you. But anyway, now these celebrities want YouTube shows and things like that. So, and these people with these major platforms, they're now having to come down to YouTube. And us YouTubers that have been doing it, now are starting to get more recognition. And listen, there's competition there. You know, it's not about who you know and, you know, whose ass you're kissing. It's about, listen, if you can attract an audience and sustain an audience, then the people will come. You don't have to be best friends with Perez Hilton. You don't have to be, you know, signed to iHeartRadio or, you know, somewhere like that. You can just build your business from home. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people feel as though they've been doing it for X amount of years, and some of these YouTubers are coming up so quickly, and, you know, they feel a kind of way about it. And so he feels as though YouTube should shut her down. She's a danger to YouTubers. And basically, in a nutshell, he feels as though Tasha K is trash. I don't. Oh, he could probably call a private number. Is this you? Private
Can you
number?
hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that was stressful. Hi.
Hi. Yeah. How's it going?
I'm very well. How are you? Good
I'm.
to see you again and doing your thing. Happy
Yes.
to call in.
Thank you. So listen, let's just jump right into it. People are calling you a clout chaser, Perez. They're saying that you feel some kind of way. And my thing is this: you're a freaking legend in the game. So what's the issue? What's the issue with Tasha K?
Oh, I'm straight up clout chasing. Absolutely. I am transparent. I only talked about her for views.
Oh, okay.
And why else? Because I don't really care about that woman. But in all sincerity, I do believe what I said. I'm not.
Okay.
I didn't make up my feelings about it. I wasn't trolling. I am clout chasing, but I'm not trolling. So there's
Okay.
a difference.
Okay.
To me, a troll is somebody who will make something up just to get attention. I said what I did because she has more subscribers than I do on YouTube and more subscribers than you do as well. So I knew that by mentioning her, it would get me attention. I'm not an idiot. I've been around 15 years. But I also think, and I also did say what I said from a place of listen. I've been around longer than you. I know how this works. I have been sued myself many, many times. If you don't change how you do things, you're going to keep getting sued. Like the story today, Portia's baby daddy is suing her, and Cardi B is suing her, and other people will sue her in the future too, because it does not excuse you to just say allegedly. That's not an excuse. If somebody else reported it first, okay, then you can say that. But if you're the first person to break a story, allegedly does not make it okay if the story is false. That's how the law works. I learned that lesson the hard way.
Okay, but let me ask you this. I just have to play devil's advocate, okay? You know, I've had my run-ins with Tasha K, so by no means am I over here championing for her, because I really can't stand her. But I would like to ask you this. Would you say that you're successful? Because I think that you're ultra successful. I would look at you and call you successful.
I'm Perez Hilton. She's
Exactly.
not even verified on most social media accounts.
Exactly. So my thing is this, though. So you've made it through the suing, the exposing, because at one point you were the Tasha K of like the early 2000s, like Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, outing Lance Bass. Like you were Mr. Controversy. Like people did not like you because they felt like you were biased towards Perez Hilton, and you didn't give a fuck. You had like a zero fucks attitude, and you would like take these people on by storm. And listen, from your backyard or wherever you were and having a family, kids and all of that, it looks like you're living a great life. So it looks like through all of the controversy and being sued, you still ended up making it on top. So there might be room for her because you still made it through.
And what I said in my video was, I think she's built something real. She's got over 500,000 subscribers right now on YouTube. And ultimately, I think people are tuning in for her. They care about her take on the stories. It doesn't matter if they're, quote, exclusives or not, because I think, and it's been historically proven, yeah, she's had some exclusives, but most of them are BS. Like even another one that she had recently claiming that Wendy Williams is making it work with her husband. Please, girl, Wendy is not making it work with her husband.
Well, yeah,
you
well,
are
see,
smoking crack. But
well, you know where that comes.
Crack,
well, no,
allegedly in the half month pregnant.
No, but you know where that comes from. You know, when you're on YouTube, you know, it's a slow news week. And that's the thing. That's where I thought you were coming from. Because she likes to say, like, she's like Wendy Williams and she gets sued and things like that. And she thinks that a lot of people are hating on her. And the message that I would like her to know is it's not that. And one thing I liked that you said was verify and vet these sources. You said you get a lot of information, but you don't put every story out. And that's my issue with Tasha K. Like she will she broke the Wendy Williams story about the side chick being pregnant, and that went totally viral. But then she'll turn around months later, I guess when it's a slow news week, and build a whole lie on Chris Brown. So that's why I think people have the issue, because she gets a little credibility and then she'll go with a bold-faced lie, you know, when there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. If it's a slow news week, it's never a slow news week for me. Like I always have things to talk about because I'm good. You don't need to make things up in order to be entertaining or get people to watch your video.
So listen, let me ask you this. I don't think do you really think you needed Tasha K for subscriber clout? Did you really say that?
Well, absolutely. Do I care about Tasha K? No. Do I care about Jake Paul or Logan Paul? No. Do I care about James Charles? No. Do I care about Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson? No. But I have seen that when I talk about YouTubers on YouTube, those videos do very well. So I've been talking about them a lot more in addition to the mainstream celebrities, which is my bread and butter, what I love. Having said that, while I'm just using these YouTubers for views and I'm super transparent about it, I still think I'm really good when talking about them and have a lot of insights to offer.
Do you feel like you're having to do this now because you're not as hot as you once were?
No, because I want to grow my YouTube. Thankfully, I'm still doing a ton of different things that are doing very well for me. I'm able to more than pay for all my bills, my website. I got my podcast, which now this week, my podcast is expanding to 2 times a week. So if you enjoy me on here with Armon, you can also listen to me on the Perez Hilton podcast with Chris Booker. You can hear it on iTunes or directly at perezpodcast.com. Plus, in addition to my main YouTube channel, I've got a second one, which is the one that I commented on with my family channel. I am a hustler, baby. And there's a reason why 15 years later, Perez Hilton is still around. Because A, you got to keep working hard. You can never take anything for granted. You can't get lazy. And you got to keep reinventing. This is just another way for me to reinvent and do different things.
So why do people call you racist? Why do they say that you don't like black women? Do you work with black people? They're saying you're using
black people. In that video that I put up yesterday, I was talking about how amazing it is that Jay-Z is the first billionaire hip hop artist. Mm-hmm. And I learned a lesson. I made a mistake. When was it? 2013, when I was quoting a lyric from a musical. And that musical is the musical Bear. And in there's a line that says, inside every gay man is a fierce black woman. And then a lot of black women were upset at me for saying inside every gay man is a fierce black woman. And I said, well, I think a lot of you are saying that because a lot of you are exhibiting either overt or latent homophobia, because I didn't mean that as a disrespectful way. And one of my biggest things in life is I'm willing to give people a chance if I know that their intention was not negative. Like intention is everything. And if somebody's not my enemy, I'm not going to treat them like my enemy. I'll let them know, okay, maybe in the future say that differently, or let me educate you, but we're on the same team here. And it was never my intention to like, I meant that in the most celebratory way. I was feeling like Beyonce when I said that.
So my black ass needs to be on your podcast because I've never seen you work with any black people.
We've never seen you on my podcast.
We did a show earlier, and he happened to call in, and he spoke about why he didn't like Tasha K and different things about that. And so I'm assuming during the video, Tasha K got upset, in what she usually does when I go live or I'm doing something. She goes and gets in her head, and then she goes and posts something on her Instagram, on her news feed, because she's very manic. So she went and did that. And she's first she posted, about her accomplishments and how she gets all these views and how he's not getting the views and blah, 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 blah. Well, it's very clear that she's getting more views than him, and he recognizes that. And that's part of the reason why he's actually doing kind of what he's doing. Excuse me. Because of the viewership that she's getting. And, it'd be a great way to do it. And listen, people, I don't think this is a black or white thing. I think that he recognizes that there's a power in YouTube, and she's a hot YouTuber. I don't think that he's coming to this black sector because to try to take anything away from black people. Listen, he's been here, he's been established. There's nothing that he can take away from black people. Trust me, if you don't think that Tasha K is benefiting off of this, she is, or she wouldn't have responded to him either. Him mentioning her gives her some sense of validation, just like, it gives him validation to be talked about. So I think it works for everybody. Anybody that's telling you different is a liar. Trust me, Tasha K likes that he's talking about her because it makes her look good, because he has been in this game for a very long time. He's been doing this way longer than she has. All right. So don't even let nobody gas you up to have you think that she ain't happy that she was mentioned. Okay, and everybody would be happy to be mentioned by by a pioneer in the game, good or bad. All right, so with that being said, she takes to her community feed and alludes to the fact in some weird way that he's kind of into children, or he would kind of be inappropriately taking a bath with kids. So let me show you the clip of what she said, and then we'll talk. So she posted this, and then she went and deleted it. Now, small on here, I'm going to read it to you. So the real Perez Hilton, when you shower with the kid and he's so short, when you turn around to face him, is your peen in his face? This don't look good. I'm dangerous now, son. By the picture is criminal. So she was obviously in her feelings because he came onto my show and he was talking, because he really didn't bash her or say anything too negative about her, but it was just the fact that he was talking against her, and he came to the greatest show on YouTube, the channel that people don't see. So she said that, and here's the thing: she has a habit of doing this. She did it with First, well, we won't get into that. She does this with gay men. She always insinuates, and I've said this before, I've been calling it out. She always tries to allude to the fact that gay men are pedophiles, gay men are touching children, or gay men are always playing in feces, which is not the case. And now I'll have to be honest with you. If Perez, and then, how do I want to say this? But then the first rhetoric that she will use is someone is attacking a black woman. You get what I mean? And then you have all these black women who don't like Tasha K and who like Tasha K that will jump behind the bandwagon because they feel like the black woman is oppressed. Now, yes, to a certain degree, the black woman is oppressed. But if he hauled off and called her a black bee, then I can't be mad. I'm not going to jump to and jump to cancel Perez Hilton or jump to cancel somebody because she alludes to the fact that all gay people are some type of pedophiles or they have these bad spirits. Remember, she did the same thing with, I've been saying this, Living Fearless. He used to come to her house. She said that he cannot come to her house anymore because she stopped that because he would bring all these different spirits into her home. She didn't want it. She said the same thing about T.S. Madison. She's called T.S. Madison a man, but then she's went on live and done shows with T.S. Madison. This is how she feels about gay people. It's totally fine. Everyone has their preference, but understand you cannot say what you want to say about a certain type of person, and then when they hit below the belt on you, holler out, I'm a black woman. Don't talk bad about black women, because the minute a gay person calls her a black bee or a bee in general, you can't be upset. And then for those black women that don't see if that doesn't register to you, then hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that doesn't register to you. There's a way to read. There's a way to argue. There's a way to, there's a way to get your point across. There's a way to say what you want to say without having to go to, HIV and AIDS and pedophile and all that nasty stuff. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't like it. People don't. If people through her past in her face, she's been very open about being, sexually assaulted. So maybe that's where it comes from. The trauma that she's dealt with as a child, and different things like that. And so I just don't personally feel as though that's a fair way and that's a nice way to go about being frustrated. I mean, it's really, really nasty, especially since, she tried to insinuate that he was in the bathtub with a kid. When, if you remember this story, he was in the bathroom with his little baby. And the baby, well, according to the article I read, they said that the baby was 2. When I messaged him and talked to him about it, because I did talk to him today regarding this topic, which he said he is going to address tomorrow on a video. So you guys might want to go check that video out. But if you guys really go Google Perez in the shower with the baby, you're going to be able to see the damn kid. But I'm not even here to, and Tasha K knows that it wasn't that serious. But the implication of such, and for her to implicate that, they're not even beefing. She could have responded about how he has no numbers. Why does it automatically have to go to pedophilia or shit? She did that to Malibu Dollface. Called him shitface, insinuating no gay. She did that to Jason Lee. She did that. She does that to gay people.
To every gay people. And I'm surprised Maddie even let her on her platform. I was actually
Well,
shocked
Madison is a clout chaser herself, okay? And her platform, it's ever since Kaya, it's slowly deflating, and it is what it is. So that's why she did it. That's exactly why she did it. So.
I had a hot ass mess, child.
Period. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, boo.
Bye. Um, 619-4205. You're live on the air.
Hi, Armon.
Hey, what's going on? Good. How are you?
I'm okay. A few months ago when this whole Tasha case started, you told us exactly who she was. You told us that she was a fragile bitch that couldn't take criticism. So with the Perez Hilton thing, at first when she congratulated him for talking about her, it made me refresh the page because I knew the thing that was coming next.
Right.
I knew it was going to be, I'm a black woman and this white man is attacking me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that would be next.
Yes.
And surely, that came next. And then when that don't get enough friction, when he stand his ground and say what he got to say, now here she go with the whole pedophilia and homophobic stuff.
Yes, she always does that. Yes.
Anybody that gives an opinion, she can't take it. Lovely T was quiet for months, and she dogged her, calling her co-queens and all type of stuff. But y'all really sit up here talking, leave this pregnant black woman alone. Cut it out. Cut it out. Wrong is wrong and right is right.
Yes.
For somebody to do that, for somebody to say that about somebody and their child, that's the worst thing you could ever accuse somebody of being. Like, that shows what kind of ignorant little woman that you are if you sitting up here defending what she said about that man and his child. And especially because already being a gay man, it's kind of difficult. And then when you have a child, because there are gay predators out there. I'm not going to pretend like there ain't. There's a lot of male predators out there. So my thing, you already know that kind of being a gay man and having a kid is kind of taboo to people because they're like, what are you doing to kids? You know what I'm saying? So people have their stigma, period. It's a stigma, period. So she knew to play off of that. And whenever she's into it with a gay man, she always plays into shit and butthole and AIDS and pedophilia. But then we'll go and turn around and say, you bashing a black woman. And all these black women will come and just swarm her, like, even the black women that don't like her. They jump on board like, Tasha K's a black woman, Tasha K's a black woman, and not realizing that Tasha K only destroys the lives of black women. Are you guys not realizing that at one point Tasha K was on the damn fucking Kevin Hunter's payroll and said that Kevin Hunter was a good man? Did y'all forget that she was on live and was like, Kevin is a good man? And she started backtracking and retracting statements that she was talking about Kevin Hunter. She went from bashing Kevin Hunter to bashing Wendy Williams. Like, people forget that stuff. She's not for black women. And wasn't it just a month ago she went on an apology tour on a live apologizing?
All right, we're back. Now, one thing I want to do, I want to give a shout out to Armon Wiggins. Like I said, he's been an up and coming blogger for a short period of time now. He's really climbed up. He's kind of climbed up on the YouTube food chain like really quick. And you know, like I want to give him a shout out because this was a really big interview for him to be able to have an exclusive with Perez Hilton, one of the, you know, regardless if people think he's relevant or not, or if they like his content or not, he's been in the game for a long time, and he has bumped shoulders with some pretty big celebrities throughout his tenure as far as blogging is concerned. So I want to give him a shout out for that. You know, he's doing his thing. He's a young brother representing the LGBT community very well. But I want to start off by saying that with the whole situation with Tasha K calling in, saying for her to even insinuate that this guy was molesting his children was way out of whack. And Armon Wiggins made a good point. Why is it like every time you get into it with a gay man, you always have to go to stereotypes, insinuating that they're child molesters or they're sexual deviants or X, Y, and Z. So that's why I'm saying, like, all these people that want to kiss up to Tasha K, you better realize how she really feels about you, especially people that are in the LGBT community, because she thinks this about all gay people or gay men, obviously, because it's a pattern. Now, Armon Wiggins, like, he did admit that he said some things about Wiley in the past, which he's another YouTube blogger as well, and some stuff about Sean Bradley or whatever. But nevertheless, he did say that with her, it's always a pattern. So I kind of want to know what you guys feel about this. What do you feel about this whole situation? Number one, I want to know, do you feel that Perez Hilton was hating on Tasha K? And for two, do you think that Tasha K took it too far by implying that this guy is molesting his children? And finally, I just want to know, what do you guys feel about people always benefiting off of gay culture and using gay individuals as a way to come up, but when they fall out or they have a disagreement or don't like what they do or say, they want to resort to name calling and throwing negative stereotypes and generalizations out. So get down in them comments and let me know. This was just a whole big mess. I just kind of feel that this situation went too far. My thing is, if you can't properly read somebody, because at this point it's like you almost a one-trick pony. Don't resort to the same stereotypical attacks. Like if you're gonna read them on his numbers, read them on this, read them on that. But for you to jump to that default bull crap, I just kind of feel that that's lame, that's lazy, that's lazy reading. Like if you're gonna read somebody, come with something original. You know, that's just how I feel about it. So until next time, take care. We will be coming back with our podcast here pretty soon, The Urban Wire, and our new podcast called The T, where we're going to be discussing LGBT culture. We're going to be talking about issues surrounding the LGBT community and activism. So until next time, we will check you out soon.